Hello, my name is Leslie Bray. I'm with the Richmond Chamber of Commerce, and we are here at Pops at the Park 2011. The theme for today is 3 decades with the Pops. And with any event of this size, it takes financial resources and efforts of a lot of local businesses to make this happen and to make it successful. Baldwin CPAs is one of our presenting sponsors tonight, and with me is Lisa Foley. Welcome, Lisa.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Thank you. Lisa, this is the 3rd year that Baldwin CPAs has been a presenting sponsor, but you guys have actually been a supporting sponsor for years. Tell us why you think participation in this event is so significant for Baldwin CPAs.
Well, we think it's a very well publicized event. A lot of the community leaders and business owners are here, and that's important. We see a lot of clients. It's a chance for our company to bring their spouses, and we get to socialize with our clients and also with each other, and just a nice relaxed evening and a nice setting. So we've always really enjoyed it.
And why do you think Pops at the Park stands out more than any other family-oriented event within the Madison County area?
I kind of think it's the end of summer celebration, and the kids can come out and they can play in the background, and just, you know, the parents can still socialize, and kids have a good time running around, and it's just very relaxing, and the music and the arts influence is really, really a nice event. Nothing really like it in our community.
And the weather's perfect.
Oh yes, a little hot, but that we come to expect that.
Yeah. Now, let's talk about Baldwin CPAs for just a moment. You guys have been here for about 60 years, a presence in Madison County, and have been very successful and been very much in part of our community. Talk about your success, talk about some of the things that you guys specialize in.
We are a full-service firm. We do everything but public companies. So for a small community, we're we do a lot of large jobs, and it's allowed us to grow. And we've embraced the one firm concept. With professional services, a lot of times you think of individuals as your front person, but we try to treat it as a firm concept, which lets us continue on as people retire and still provide the same services. But we do tax and auditing, payroll, bookkeeping, and try to be very technologically advanced. Everything is paperless, and try to treat our clients with the same advances.
Okay. Well, thank you, Lisa Foley. Thank you, Baldwin CPAs. You guys are an excellent business and excellent for this community, excellent for this event, and have been a chamber member, and we really appreciate what you guys do.
We're glad to be here. Thank you.
With me now, Jeff Fultz, President of Central Bank in the Madison County area. Welcome, Jeff.
Thank you, Leslie.
Tonight we are celebrating 3 decades with the Pops at the Park. A long period of time for such a great event. Central Bank is a relatively new member to our community. You all have been here since 2007. Talk about Central Bank's involvement with Pops and why it's significant to Central Bank.
Sure. Approximately 3 years ago, John Young, I think anybody that knows the Pops knows John Young and that name. He is
How could you not?
Mr. Pops, I suppose. But John called me and told me and sort of informed me that the longtime sponsor had not been able to renew their sponsorship and was looking for sponsorship, and asked if Central Bank would be interested. And frankly, it was a very short consideration period. We jumped on it right away. And matter of fact, we talked about the need to raise money and thought that it would be nice to invite another partner in.
Okay.
And we both agreed pretty much in a short phone call that Baldwin and Associates would be a wonderful partner.
Perfect.
So we picked up the phone, called them, and it was very simple to get this done. And that speaks well of the event, because in the economic times we're in, getting sponsorship money is difficult right now.
Jeff, talk about the impact of this event, not only on our community, but the quality of life within Madison County.
Sure. I think Richmond, as we talk about becoming a viable community, is one that needs to offer a full array of community activities to frankly get our folks to stay in Richmond, economically speaking, to get our folks to spend their money in Richmond. But I think this in particular is a wonderful event. We get families out. It's a very casual affair where you don't have to dress up, which I personally like. And we come out and enjoy the day with our folks in the Madison County community.
One last question. Talk about Central Bank. Like I said, you're relatively new to the community, but you guys do a lot of great things. Talk about, as a bank, some of your specialties or what maybe the community wouldn't know about you as a bank.
Sure. I think first and foremost, we are a community bank. We take pride in being a community bank, and our definition of a community bank is one that is involved. Not only do we would like folks to bank with us, we want to help them in other aspects of life, as in the small business support systems with the chamber, the Pops in the Park program. That's important. It's about being a good corporate citizen too. I think it's a nice bit of trivia that Garvis Kincaid, the founder of Central Bank, spent a lot of his childhood years here in Richmond.
Okay.
Later owned a bank in Richmond, and those were sold out some time ago, and now we're back as Central Bank. And I do know that the Kincaid sisters, and they're very fond of Madison County,
Okay.
and Madison County means a lot to Central Bank.
Well, and I think we'd be remiss to not make a mention of Scott Johnson. Scott Johnson is one of the vice presidents of Central Bank and is an amazing person in this community and with your bank, and has a lot of input with Pops at the Park. But thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Central Bank, for not only your involvement with this event, but the community and with the Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you, Leslie. And a big attaboy, I suppose, needs to go out to the Chamber, because they do make this possible. And one little side note about Scott: not only is he a good employee for Central Bank, he does epitomize kind of civic service that makes Richmond and Madison County an awfully nice place to live.
This year at Pops at the Park, we have a new addition, compliments of the Explorium of Lexington. With me tonight is Mike Gilmore, Executive Director of the Explorium, and Mindy Goebel, Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce. Mike, you have two pieces really tonight. One is the student art exhibit, and the other is called Horsing Around. Talk about those two pieces and what they've brought to Pops at the Park tonight.
Well, we wanted to bring an art emphasis for kids this year, and so we brought Horsing Around. Let me talk about it at first. The kids are over here putting together their own play on horseshoes. They're painting them, decorating them, and it's supposed to say something about them or their family. And it's Central Kentucky. What is Central Kentucky without horses? The other dimension that we have is our partnership with the Richmond Area Arts Council, and they were so good to partner with some schools, and these schools, middle schools, have put together their own art pieces, shared them with us. So we have our own mini exhibit, and then we have an opportunity for many artists to create their own art tonight.
A great exhibit. It gives kids who are younger a chance to show their talent, show their skills, and show their interests, where a lot of times that's not exposed out in the community. This idea with the arts and with this edition marries very well with the Chamber of Commerce and what the Chamber is trying to do with quality of life in Richmond and improvements in the city. Talk about some of the things that are going on at the Chamber with quality of life and economic development.
Well, first let me say that basically for me it's all about partnerships. So when we can partner with anybody, it's a win-win situation. So partnering with the Explorium and Richmond Area Arts Council is just another, addition to an already nice event. So basically, we're celebrating 30 years with the Pops this year. So much history and a great event where it's very family friendly and all ages are able to come and just have a good time and enjoy an evening out at Whitehall. So basically, though, the Chamber has, spent a lot of time in the last year trying to find ways to benefit our members, and by Thinking Richmond and by coming up with the thinkrichmond.com website and all the things that we've done to just really reiterate, stay local, shop local, look at what Richmond has to offer, because we have a lot. And, obviously Lexington has a picnic at the Pops, well, so does Richmond, and so we just want to reiterate that we have a lot of great events in our community, and it's all about partnering.
And if you haven't visited the Richmond Chamber website or the Think Richmond website, there's a lot going on right now, not only in our community with growth, but with the Chamber of Commerce. And as Mindy said, we're really working hard at not only improving our businesses, our small businesses, but improving the lives of everybody in our community and taking advantage of the great things that we have here in Richmond. Talk about real briefly about why you think this event is so successful for our community.
Well, it's just neat because we did the mayor interview the other day, and just sitting there with Donna Baird, and she was one of the first people, she's one of our city commissioners, and she was one of the first people to actually help with this event. And the history and just the rain, all that they've been through the 30 years, and how it's stayed one of the most popular events in Richmond. The only thing that it compares to is the 4th of July fireworks, and obviously that's a huge crowd, but this it's our community. This is us, and this is people having fun, businesses getting out there, and it's just important to keep that alive and to keep that spark going and that competition of the tables and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun.
The friendly competition.
Exactly.
One last question. Mike, talk about what's going on at the Explorium of Lexington. And by the way, they are chamber members just this year, but talk about some things that are upcoming this year and some things that maybe people in Richmond don't know about the Explorium.
Yeah, and you know, our mission is to Central Kentucky. It's not to just Lexington. And we wanted to get out and really reinforce that. So that's why we joined the chamber. And that's why we're here tonight. One of the biggest things that's coming up is our regional art fair. It's in our 12th edition. We'll have over 100 kids who will be doing a lot of what's behind us here at the Richmond Area Art Council table. They'll create their own art and they'll sell it. Last year I think we had 2,000 come through to buy art from kids. Affirming experience for the kids and a great experience for all the adults who came to buy. But we wanted to branch out. We wanted to see kids from this area. We want to see kids from other areas of Central Kentucky. So we want everyone to understand that the Explorium is Kentucky's only children's museum, and even the name change has caused us to let everyone know it's not just the Lexington Children's Museum anymore, it's Kentucky's Children's Museum, particularly Central Kentucky. So I think the art fair would be the biggest thing I'd talk about, you know, and say that. And we hope if anybody'd like to know more about that, they go to our website at www.explorium.com.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mindy. And thank you to the Explorium for what you've done for this community, especially here, and for what you guys are trying to do for our community and for the kids of our community. And thank you, of course, Mindy, for the Chamber of Commerce and everything that they do to make the quality of life of this community so well.